What happens when the mastermind behind some of WWE's most ruthless power plays finally unveils the ultimate masterpiece? What happens when the most dominant force in WWE history merges with a faction designed for destruction? Everything changes. Tonight on Monday Night Raw, Paul Heyman and Braun Breaker stepped into the ring and revealed a move that completely shifts the landscape of Survivor Series. Before we break down this earth-shattering twist, make sure you're supporting the ones who run WWE. For real, grab the Roman Reigns October 1st collection, the new sneakers, the iconic Juso shirt, and the Jacob Fado All Gas Nobrins tee links are in the description. Now here's what went down. Survivor Series is days away, and the war between Roman Reigns' super team and Heyman's new powerhouse faction is reaching a boiling point. Reigns has built an elite unit featuring icons from different eras and rival companies, a lineup that screams dominance. But Heyman knew that to win this war, he needed someone who didn't just match star power but exceeded it. Someone who could shake the foundation of WWE just by showing up. Standing beside Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed, Heyman smirked, letting the tension build. They think they have legends, they think they have dominance, but they forgot about the man who defines destruction. And right then, the arena exploded. Brock Lesnar's music hit the Beast, the Conqueror, the man who has broken records, bodies, and legacies. Lesnar walked out with cold, merciless confidence as Heyman screamed into the "Welcome back, Wrestling News WWE." Microphone, ladies and gentlemen, meet the fifth member of the Vision, Brock Lesnar. With that one reveal, Heyman didn't just complete a faction, he built a monster. Lesnar brings legitimacy, fear, and brute strength. He amplifies everything around him. Standing beside him, Braun suddenly looks like the future of WWE, an heir to the throne Lesnar destroyed for years. Bronson Reed adds unstoppable weight and power, and Heyman pulls every string with ruthless precision. This faction isn't just dangerous, it's the most physically dominant unit WWE has seen in years. Roman Reigns and his team now face a nightmare scenario: Braun Breaker's explosiveness, Bronson Reed's immovable force, and Brock Lesnar's unmatched destruction, all fueled by Paul Heyman's strategic genius. Survivor Series just went from a battle to a historic collision, one that no WWE fan can afford to miss. If you want every update, every twist, every explosive reveal, hit subscribe, tap the notification bell, and join us as this war escalates. When the vision becomes reality, you don't want to be late. Subscribe now and be part of the takeover. What happens when the most dangerous strategist in WWE history finally reveals the last piece of his master plan? What happens when pure dominance, unmatched brutality, and absolute power fuse together into one unstoppable unit? The entire future of Survivor Series shifts in a single moment. Tonight on Monday Night Raw, Paul Heyman and Braun Breaker walked into the ring not to talk, not to negotiate, but to rewrite the rules of war. Before we dive deeper into this shocking turning point, make sure you represent the true powerhouses of WWE. Check out the Roman Reigns October 1st collection, including the exclusive sneakers, the signature Juke shirt, and the Jacob Fado All Gas Nobrins tee. Links are waiting for you in the description. Now here's what changed everything. The countdown to Survivor Series is nearly over and the battlefield is set. Roman Reigns has assembled a squad filled with wrestling royalty, a team representing multiple eras and legacies. On paper, they look unstoppable. But Paul Heyman isn't a man who settles for equals. He searches for overwhelming advantage. Heyman stood in the ring beside Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed with that unsettling, confident smile that every fan recognizes. The kind of smile that says a trap has already been set. He leaned into the microphone and declared that Roman Reigns and his team may have legends, may have history, but they have forgotten about the embodiment of destruction. Then the arena detonated. The opening sound of Brock Lesnar's theme hit like a lightning strike and the crowd erupted into chaos. Brock Lesnar stepped onto the stage with that cold, unshakable look, the look of a predator who knows the outcome before the fight even begins. Paul Heyman nearly screamed with satisfaction as he announced, "Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the final member of the Vision, Brock Lesnar." With that reveal, the entire narrative flipped. This wasn't just a faction anymore. This was a declaration of war. Lesnar brings an aura no other superstar can imitate. He's not just strong, he's feared. He doesn't just compete, he destroys. Braun Breaker, standing beside him, instantly looked like the future of this business, a man being groomed to inherit the same terrifying legacy. Bronson Reed brings unstoppable size and dominance. And at the center of it all, the mastermind Paul Heyman, pulling every string, every detail with surgical precision. Roman Reigns now faces the most dangerous combination ever assembled. Breaker's explosive intensity, Reed's immovable power, and Lesnar's violent, unpredictable force. Heyman didn't just create a faction, he created a weapon. Survivor Series is no longer just another match. It is a collision of empires, a war between the past, the present, and the future. And when these teams meet inside that arena, history won't just be made, it will be rewritten. If you want every update, every shocking twist, and every second leading to this war, hit subscribe, tap the notification bell, and join us. When the vision becomes reality, you need to be watching. Don't miss a moment. Subscribe now. What happens when the most calculating mind in WWE finally plays his last hidden card? What happens when unstoppable strength, ruthless aggression, and calculated dominance merge to create a force unlike anything the company has ever seen? In a single moment, the entire direction of Survivor Series was altered. Forever, on Monday Night Raw, Paul Heyman and Braun didn't step into the ring to run their mouths or to hype a story. They walked in to reshape the battlefield and leave every viewer questioning what they thought they knew. But before we get into how this shocking twist changes everything, make sure you're repping the real leaders of WWE. The Roman Reigns October 1st collection is live. Exclusive sneakers, the Juke signature tee, and the new Jacob Fado all-gas Nabrain shirt. Everything you need is in the description. Now here's the moment that shifted WWE's entire landscape. Survivor Series is right around the corner. Roman Reigns has built a super team filled with champions, icons, and names that carry legacy and intimidation. It looks like the perfect lineup. The kind of team that could walk into war and walk out untouched. But the thing about Paul Heyman is that he never aims to match fire with fire. He prefers to bring a flamethrower to a spark. In the center of the ring, Heyman stood beside Braun and Bronson Reed. His expression wasn't excitement, it was certainty. The type of expression that tells you everything is already in motion and nobody can stop it. He grabbed the microphone, packing slowly as the crowd leaned in. He reminded everyone that Roman Reigns' team may have history, they may have decorated careers, they may even have the advantage on paper, but they were missing one thing, the true definition of destruction. And then it happened. The arena erupted. Brock Lesnar's theme hit like a bomb going off inside the arena. The audience didn't just cheer, they roared. The Beast walked out with the same cold, merciless glare he's used to break streaks, destroy careers, and dominate this industry for years. Paul Heyman's voice shook with intensity as he declared, "Ladies and gentlemen, the final member of the Vision, Brock Lesnar." At that instant, everything changed. This was no longer just a team reveal. This was an act of war. Brock Lesnar isn't just a powerhouse. He is fear personified. He's not only respected, he's feared by everyone who has ever stood across from him. With Lesnar standing next to Braun, a new story formed. Breakker suddenly appeared not just as a rising star but as the future of this company, mentored by the very definition of chaos. Bronson Reed brought the raw mass and unstoppable force to complete the trio. And behind them all is Paul Heyman, the architect, the puppeteer, pulling every wire with precision and intent. Roman Reigns and his super team are now staring down the most dangerous combination in modern WWE. Breakker's unmatched explosiveness, Reed's pure size and strength, and Lesnar's violent unpredictability create a threat that can crush anything in their path. Heyman didn't just assemble a group of wrestlers, he built a weapon. Survivor Series is no longer a standard match. It is a clash of dynasties, a battle of eras, and a war for control over the future of WWE. When these teams collide, it won't just be a match on a card. It will be a moment the entire wrestling world remembers. If you want every update, every twist, every moment of chaos on the road to Survivor Series, hit the subscribe button, tap the notification bell, and stay locked in. When the vision becomes reality, you don't want to be late. Subscribe now and be part of the takeover. Wrestling News WWE.